What excites you about AI's potential to enhance students' maybe future career opportunities? We've been focusing our conversation more on maybe their ability to do certain tasks in school, but as we kind of maybe take a step a little bit forward to their future career opportunities, maybe their problem-solving abilities in life in general, are there any sort of exciting anecdotes or maybe thoughts that you have to share, and excitement about AI's potential to help students with those things?
I think I'm most excited about, it's something that I also find myself, which right now I can do certain things that I wasn't able to do before. I feel like I have the opportunity to really to acquire anything I wanted to acquire. Not the wealth, knowledge.
Yeah.
Like things that I don't know, I could just throw it out there. Not only I throw it out there to AI, but give a little bit of a background of myself, the knowledge and everything, and ask AI, hey, elaborate it. Help me to understand. So I really feel like I'm being equipped with a very good assistance to help me understand things when I'm really curious. 5 years ago, if I got curious, if I was becoming curious about quantum physics, all I could do is just Google, and it probably will get me to a lot of research paper, or very simplified from Wikipedia, or this kind of a website. But now I could utilize AI assistant not only to elaborate it for me, but I could always ask question back. And most of the time, their answer is to my levels of understanding. If you really want to know something, that's there. You can know. You get this opportunity to learn.
Yeah. Similarly, as I was completing my master's, one of the classes you had to take was like quantitative behavior research methods. So like there would be things that I would kind of copy and paste, like, can you explain this to me who, is way more of a creative brain,
right?
And being able to plug that in that way, in some ways, take ownership of my own learning styles,
right?
Yeah.
Right? And being able to say, here's a paragraph, can you explain this to me, knowing that I am, more of a creative brain. This is kind of my background. I'm having a hard time understanding, the language, the scientific language, or the data, the kind of data heavy language. And then it spits it back out to me. My students are 10, 11, and 12, right? They're not 5, 6, 7, right? Where that would be totally different, right? So really speaking from an intermediate, middle school level, that there's opportunities for them to take ownership of their learning and to take ownership of what kind of learners they are. As someone who is not really great at math, explain how functions work or something, right? And I think that that's a really cool tool. But I think about how cool would it be if, students writing an essay and then they uploaded the essay or the paragraph or whatever it is they're working on with the rubric and the rubric that I've created, plus, any kind of project criteria, and said, give me feedback on this. How well did I meet the needs of meet what my teacher wants? Them taking that, printing out the feedback, looking at it, and then comparing, right? So I think that there are really cool things that you could do, but again, it's that line, right? And this might be controversial to some educators, and I know as, ChatGPT, the big thing is they're cheating, it's plagiarism, right? But I think in some ways, I'll just boldly say it, then we need to change our pedagogy, right? We need to change the way we teach. 10 years ago, people said the same thing. 20 years ago, 50 years ago, people said the same thing, right? Because what we're preparing our students for is different. Do more hands-on project-based learning in the classroom. Maybe do some more flipped classroom stuff. And 10 years ago, the flipped classroom was this huge kind of what? That will never work, right? But give them different opportunities to show their learning. The hands-on building of simple machines versus writing a paper on simple machines, right? If I'm teaching high school history class, right? Instead of giving them an essay to write on the French Revolution, have a Socratic dialogue, right? But maybe give students time to research a little bit using ChatGPT, but also teaching them the new set of sideways research skills, right? So ChatGPT is telling you something. Now you need to go and see, is ChatGPT actually telling you what is right?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
That's way valuable. When you go into the workplace and your boss or a colleague or whatever tells you something, are you going to take it at face value, or are you going to do your own sideways research, right?
Exactly.
And so it's just an evolution of the skills that we're trying to help our students develop, I think. and then you just get kind of creative and you put your own spin on
I
it.
think it's exciting too because like from what I'm hearing from both of you. First of all, I think Chloe, what you mentioned is I think possibly alleviating a big concern that parents might have. I hear parents all the time. My parents spoke to this about me too especially in high school, right? As you're going through course selection, and we would bemoan this to our peers. Oh, I got this teacher. I don't think I'm a good fit for them. I got that teacher. They teach in that way. I think I'm a better fit. But if you have AI that, as long as you have the skills to express yourself accurately and you know yourself and you're aware, you can put that in, and it's almost like you have a wide variety of different teachers within AI, ChatGPT, or whatever you might use that can finally help you understand the material. Sometimes it's not learning about it, it's how do you equip yourself so that you're fit enough or you know how to climb up that stair instead of just taking that step. Now that stairs feels like it's maybe lowering, and as long as we have the self-discipline to use it properly, it feels like that potential is huge in learning more and more in a way that is more tangible, like you said, Kelly. So that is very exciting.